Dust clouds rising, heat burns my eyes. Twiggy stumbles, guilt heavy in disguise. Space got fire, but it burns too bright. Running through the red sand, fight or flight. Our backs close, they tear us apart. Redemption's a whisper, a broken start. Energy's endless, but it cuts like a knife. Surviving this wasteland and gamble with life. Twisted branches, shadows stretched thin. Twiggy's past screams beneath his skin. States postponing a hurricane roar. Run every storm leaves a body on the floor. Our backs close, they tear us apart. Redemption's a whisper, a broken start. Energy's endless, but it cuts like a knife. Surviving this wasteland and gamble with life. Moonlight bleeding on cracked, dry ground. Twiggy's chains rust, stakes feet pound. Each breath a war, each step a test. Clashing hearts won't let us rest. Our backs close, they tear us apart. Redemption's a whisper, a broken start. Energy's endless, but it cuts like a knife. Surviving this wasteland and gamble with life.
His mic is apparently fucked, even though I can hear him perfectly clearly. Dude, you obviously are just muted. Check your... Oh, no, wait, your own mic won't be... Are you sure? Are you sure? You're very dramatic. What? Uno momento.
Un momento, por favor.
So they can't hear me either, bro. I'm telling you now.
They can hear you. You were
no
picked up through
sound.
OBS. They can
Cannot
hear me
hear.
now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fixed the problem. The problem has been solved. I'm last minute on OBS. I've got Nightmare here with me. Steak will
Bonjour.
most likely be joining us. I'm almost sure that he will be here with us. Nightmare, they can see you. Just say hello, because we're already off at a bad start. You know.
Je m'appelle. I almost said my real name there. Je m'appelle Nightmare. How are we all doing today?
Nightmare's gonna dox himself. Billy Hill with $2, and he has two $2 donos. So let me just get caught up for his first one. He says no hitting. So no hitting, Nightmare.
No hit.
Billy Hill for $2 also says, leave it to Twiggy to. Did you like that? Was that a good touch? You couldn't hear the auto tune.
I can do that.
You couldn't hear the auto tune, could you?
I think. Oh,
come on.
Definitely do that if I wanted to.
Guys, can we get L's in the chat for whatever Nightmare's doing right now?
oh
Guys,
well, guess what,
there is things amok in the Lolcow universe. There are things amok. There's a lot of drama going on, and I don't want to talk about it at all. I want to stay away from it. I want to talk about Daniel Larson returning, but first we must get this out of the way. Snake will be here, okay? He is currently on a walk back home because his power went out, so he went on a walk. That's his logic, and I actually respect that logic.
That's great.
It's the best logic, dude. It does.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize how late it was, so he's on his way back home. I just told him, take his time. I'll get Nightmare out here. So now I got Nightmare. And we're doing it. Nightmare, do you know who Daniel Larson is?
No.
You don't know who
I
Daniel
generally
Larson
don't.
is, the president of the United States, and you don't know who he is.
President. Dude, what the fuck? So I've heard of the guy's name like all the time, but I've never like watched
Alright.
any of his content. I know nothing about, which gives you the perfect opportunity to educate myself.
Oh, I sure will. Let me just
Yeah.
show you some pictures of Daniel Larson real quick, Nightmare. All right, just give me a second. So, this right here, this fella, I have to make sure it's all safe before I share it with you because he's done some pretty
Okay.
original things. Okay.
What
So
the
right here,
fuck?
this my friend is
He
Daniel
looked like
Larson.
he's like the result of like crossbreeding with a turkey. What the fuck? Is that
He
insensitive to
is-
say?
It
Nah,
would
it's
be
not.
it would
Fuck
be in
that.
any other scenario, but this is Daniel Larson we're talking about. Now you may find this shocking, Nightmare, but Daniel Larson's actually not a good guy.
Do you know what? He do look like a bootleg supervillain. I'm not gonna lie.
He's
like
not
one of
a-
them, like the Underminer from fucking The Incredibles. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, he looks like Ultra's ostrich.
he looks like he was bred by an ostrich.
But I want to get into like so. But there's some sad details about our friend Daniel Larson. All right, and I can't play any of these videos with audio because they all belong to other people. But I'm going to play this video without audio, and this is Daniel Larson as a child. All right. Now in this video, he's explaining his life situation at the time, and his parents they neglected him. So he was. Oh, I'm not showing it to the people. So let me show it to the people. So here we go. We're showing it to the people now. So
that
this
his
is Daniel
dad,
Larson as a child. All right. He's at a group home / rehabilitation center for some social issues that he had as a child. Let me pause it real quick. And so he was neglected by his parents, lived with his grandmother, but it was just I guess a lot for her to handle because he does have behavioral issues based off of his background, and he has autism.
Right.
So that's a pretty that's another factor that goes into that. And he was sent to this behavioral like home or something. I don't really know the exact details. Because this was a last minute, covering this was last minute, ladies and gentlemen. So you'll have to excuse that. But, he just seemed like this sweet kid. He seemed like, he had some things that were going on, but he could work past them. But nobody could have imagined what would have come of him, right? Because this kid that you're looking at right here on screen is responsible for all kinds of heinous things. Now, he's never killed anybody that we know of, but he's threatened it often. He threatened he just got out of jail, so that's good. That's why we're talking about him. He just got out of jail, and he was in jail for there was multiple things that he could have gone to jail
Can I
for.
guess?
Yes.
Because he comes across as like, like a stereotypical, like I imagine adult him based off what you showed me is like very SJW stereotype kind of look. You know what I mean?
All right.
And I imagine he's kind of one of them people who like stormed the Capitol or some shit. Like,
not
he
really,
seems like one of those people
but-
that would like attack like a government building.
But
like,
you
he just
know what?
looks fucked.
Hold up. Give me a second. So not quite, but kind of. Okay. Oh no, my page can't be reached. Give me a second.
no.
Oh no, Nightmare. They're knocking my internet offline for looking up info about Daniel Larson.
Sabotage.
It's got to be sabotage. Ladies and gentlemen, my page
The FBI.
cannot be reached. It's so annoying when Discord tries to like save resources when you're trying to stream, because I don't have my web page open in OBS because I didn't have time to set it up, but it's okay, Nightmare.
It's okay. I can get it up.
No, this is fine. This is fine.
What do you Google? Daniel Larson 2024?
Yes, I did. You know what? I'll go
Okay.
ahead and end my stream.
It just kind of shows the same images. I mean, I'll pull it
Alright.
up for you. Wait, does it show anything offensive? No, it doesn't.
Well, what he got arrested for was threatening to bomb the White House.
Oh! Psychic, bro. Tism teller right here. I
Dude.
got it. Like government building, dude. I was fucking bang on. like.
Believe it or not, the stream is not loading for me because we're having technical difficulties. Let me see what is
okay.
using up. Something's going on here.
It's to be fair, it just shows photos of him looking very.
All right, I'm gonna go to my last resort.
Very bullyable.
All right,
Dude, I can't believe I guessed that's actually based. What the fuck? It's not based we did. That's
good.
kind of fucked up.
That's
but
pretty
like,
good.
fucking, I can't believe I guessed that. What the fuck, dude?
That's impressive. It's impressive. But
I don't know who the fuck he is though. He looks weird.
But basically, so he started posting on TikTok, and the timeline, the timeline's kind of leaving me. Hopefully, we can have some people who can call in and kind of fill in on the story, because I couldn't find a good video that we could watch and react to that didn't have a bunch of copyrighted material in it. So that's
Okay.
and I'm also I had a whole other stream planned for today, and we'll get into that too. But
Beautiful.
yeah, we've got a nice segment going on at the end today for our manager Jethro, whose birthday it is, and then we'll be doing a celebration stream this weekend with him. So we just had to postpone it and move it to then to talk about Daniel Larson. It's not that he's more important; it's that we just want to dedicate the time on the weekend when we can go for as long as we want. So moving on, you can tell I'm not ready for today, but we're gonna.
You're
make
okay,
it
man.
work.
You're okay. You're killing. You're killing it.
I don't
You
know,
got-
man. The
okay.
humanity's coming out.
So I want to ask your opinion on today, with everything like LCU related that's going on.
Well, to be fair, I only watched some of it. I saw the accusations Boogie made. I saw some of Zaya's response. This is going to be real quick for you. I saw Zaya's response. I have talked to Zay and S1K a pretty good amount. You got to remember, I was one of the people who pioneered Zay hate, and I actually don't have an issue with her. I enjoy going to the nerds chat. I literally have no beef. I'd consider us friends, right? I've never seen any evidence of anything like that. So
No, I haven't either.
I can't really formulate an opinion on something when I don't really know anything about it, right? I mean, we have Boogie's word, and I like Boogie, but what does his tattoo say, right?
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on the situation.
See, for me, like it's there. Me and Zay have had problems.
But we got to get back to
Obviously
Daniel
in the
Larson. Just don't forget. So let's.
No, of course.
No, we can finish.
But me
this
and Zay have
stuff.
had problems in the past, but like it's minor beef, right? And the same with S1K. We've had problems. He can be a dickhead when he wants to be, right?
It's banter.
Do I think he's a woman beater? No. No, dude. Being an asshole to people in Discord with people you're never going to meet and don't know and never going to know their real lives. And like fucking hitting your woman, dude. Like, that's a fucking crazy accusation to post. One thing I will say, and I think a lot of people, and I think it's coming to the defense of Zay, which is absolutely correct to do, because like she's kind of been put in on a certain pedestal, which is like it's not a great position to be in. So I do empathize with her greatly over it. But like some things were said on Rewind that I don't particularly approve of. And it's the way they were vocalized. They were vocalizing the opinion of, well, it's verbal, right? So that doesn't count. I'm not saying it counts for Zay's situation, because obviously people have arguments, real life shit happens, right? But I also don't think that we should dismiss people who are verbally aggressive and hostile towards their significant other in a genuine aspect. And I think maybe like they weren't meaning it in that matter, but like, back up, love her to death, but she did say something that kind of raised my eyebrow, and I was like, well, hang on a second now, like, verbal abuse are fucking
From
thing,
the way
right?
she told the story, it made it sound like he was yelling at Boogie too, right? Because Boogie was telling her to stream, and he's just saying, no, don't stream. So who's the yelling directed at? I mean, obviously her, because she's the one who has the go-ahead, but I think it was more of him yelling at Boogie to tell her to not, like... It's more
I think it was him showing care, right?
Yeah.
Like, but maybe not in the best way, maybe, but like also...
It's an emotional reaction, for sure.
Yeah, like it's one of them, right? Like people get heated when they love one another, And I think like it's one of them, right? I don't think we should judge him off that. Like he obviously gives a fuck about the girl. Like if anyone gives her any shit, he's the first person to dog on him in the Discord. So to deny the fact that he cares about her is kind of like ironic when everyone also has a go at him for constantly defending her. You know what I mean? And like that's coming from someone I don't particularly get along with the dude. You know what I mean? I don't particularly like the dude. Like Like, I'll have a civil conversation with him. I'm not fucking like, I don't just hate everyone, but like, I don't particularly like the guy, like, you know. But like, also, we gotta fucking manage what we're really talking about in certain situations, and kind of be like open on the dilemma, you know. Like, it doesn't make any sense to be so one-sided, and then the moment something new comes out, you just flip the narrative, but you're not acknowledging what you previously have said on said person. I don't know. That to me is weird. But like, I think, like, just to finish my point back home and move on, like, I don't think she meant what she said the way that it came out.
No, I don't.
But
either.
it came across a certain way when I was listening to it, and I was like, oh damn. That kind of sounds a bit dismissive of a situation. That I don't think it applies to Z, but in a generalized aspect. And I was like, I don't know.
All right, the chat's asking where Steak is. Steak went on a walk. His power went out. He had a storm, and as soon as the storm cleared, the power was still out. So he decided to go on a walk, and he told me he was going on a walk. But he just, I guess, miscalculated time. He called me before the stream and said he was, heading back, but he has no idea where he is. So that was the explanation. He said he'll be here. He'll be a little late. And, yeah. Hopefully he'll show up on, within the next few minutes. But if not, we'll keep it going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like usually when it comes to drama, my whole mindset with anything is, if it doesn't affect me, I don't really care. But when it comes to this one, I don't know. It doesn't necessarily affect me, but it does have more of an impact, I guess, because Zay is somebody that I did start out bullying, and then there was, a friendship that was built there. Mm-hmm. So I don't like to see people who I like put time and I wouldn't say effort because we just talk, and VCs and stuff, but it's still a friendship, right? And I don't want to see somebody I'm in a friendship, be bullied by anybody or accusations. This isn't bullying. This is just an accusation, right?
I think this is a situation where it's gone a bit too far. I want to think the Boogie is just trying to be helpful and because he cares. But when you look at it, you can't help but think, it's just dirty. It's a dirty situation, right?
Oh, yeah.
We have to talk about it. You know what I mean? We have to talk about it a little bit.
I mean, I was gonna avoid it, and then you brought it up.
But we have to talk about it. It's the biggest story of the LCU, dude.
It's the biggest story of the LCU.
Yeah, exactly right. You know what that means.
When have I ever followed the rules,
which
Nightmare?
No.
When?
I don't.
When are you somebody's little puppet coming in here trying to manipulate me into doing things?
Puppet.
Are you the new? Are you the new me?
Am I the new you? Hell no. I'm learning from my mistakes quick time, brother. Fuck that shit. I ain't doubling down. You do you, bro. Fucking hell no.
But yeah, it's a shitty situation, dude, because she has to come in and defend S1K. I don't think it would have been any better if S1K came in and defended himself, right? It's just, you have something out here that you can't prove on either side. Right? Boogie doesn't have any proof to back this up, right? But it's also very hard for her to back up her side because what's she going to do? Show that she doesn't have any bruises? It doesn't mean anything, right? What's she going to do? Like, what would her option be to prove it? I can't think of anything.
There is no way to prove it.
Yeah,
unless you physically see it or you get evidence of it. There's no way for her to prove that he doesn't. That's the sad part.
So when your only opinion or your only witness out there who's seen this is Boogie, as I said, I like Boogie, not taking his word for it at all. At all. I'm not sorry for it. But I'm not gonna change my view of somebody who's never done anything wrong to me. And I know that people have issues because of banter and shit talk in the Discord. That stuff, I don't care about that stuff. It doesn't bother me at all, right? And if he goes after somebody who I like or I've become friendly with, I guess I'm gonna go back after him. But there's still a mutual understanding there, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna believe something until there's proof. And
no,
there ain't no
agree.
proof.
I'm literally on the same table as you, man. When it comes
with
to shit
Daniel
like that,
Larson, there's a lot of proof.
So let's go to Daniel Larson.
Yeah, we gotta go to Daniel Larson. Okay, because people.
Boom.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want me to start from the top, okay, start from the top with an explanation of everything. This kid's life. But he's not. He's older than I am, I believe. But But if you want me to start from the beginning, type 1 in the chats. If you want me to, go where I left off, type 2s.
Just do like
I'm ready.
Synopsis rundown.
I'm not good at that. I'm a yapper.
Boom.
I'm a yapper.
Boom. Yeah, but like just break down like everything he's done by bullet points,
Yeah, but that would still be like 100,000 bullet points, brother. You don't
Is
know
it that many things he's done?
I don't even know like the continuity here.
Oh fuck. Okay.
There's so much, okay? All right. So he's from Denver, Colorado. He was 23 years old in 2022 when most of the notes that I have from him are from, because that's when I did most of my research on him.
She's like a year younger than me then.
I literally had this article pulled up from years ago. But not really much has happened since then besides him. There's a few little incidents that we'll get into. But hold on. I'm gonna Nightmare talk to the crowd real quick. No, this isn't gonna work. I need
How
a
are we
way.
doing, Alyssa? Welcome to the Bam World, you beautiful bastard, yeah. It's another one of my groupies right there. I got groupies now, Twiggy. Have you heard?
Yeah, I've heard.
We got loads of groupies,
right.
dude. That's great.
Is there a way I can get Daniel Larson cliff notes?
Can you do like get ChatGPT to do a fucking synopsis? That'd be fucking.
Yeah, dude. Let's take advantage of ChatGPT and see how.
Dude, AI technology's fucking base, bro. Like,
no, the chat's gonna roast me. They're gonna be like, "You're cheating."
Nah, dude, fuck cheating.
And they're
we get
right.
all the shit. You get delivered quicker. I'm gonna do like research live on air. Look at my head dent for my hair.
It logged me
My
out of
fucking
ChatGPT.
headset.
I'm gonna use my phone.
Dumb.
All right. It's okay, guys. We got this.
We're all a little cringe.
How do you spell
We're all a little
synopsis?
cringe.
I don't even know.
What do you mean? How do you spell synopsis?
Of Daniel Larson. Life story.
Why do you have to say it like that?
Because
That's
the
not
way
how you
Siri
speak.
understands me.
Well, Siri will probably understand you anyway.
We got this.
Right?
We got this. Daniel Larson, originally from Colorado, gained attention online through TikTok, where he began posting videos claiming to be a model, singer, and presidential candidate. His videos, often disjointed and unusual, quickly attracted a mix of concern, mockery, and fascination. Many viewers were unsure whether his actions were part of a performance or a result of mental health struggles.
Okay.
It's the latter. I'm just going to let you in on that. It's the latter, but yes, he did think he was the presidential candidate.
That's no way. Like
there is a way. There is
There's
a
no
way.
way.
Okay, let me see if I can find a clip of this real quick. He was convinced he was going to be the presidential candidate. He was convinced that the 2018 2020 George Floyd riots. I can't remember when those specific riots were, but he thought his
around
fans
then, yeah.
were
No, it's just
responsible.
pre-COVID.
Yeah, he thought his
think-
fans were responsible for that riot.
Fuck off.
He did. So
You're
he
like,
thought,
there's no way.
dude.
How could you be that delusional?
Dude, there was a girl named Grace Vanderwall, I believe, who was a girl from the X Factor, America's Got Talent, one of those shows, right? Very young, underage young, and he was convinced that she was in love with him. And at one point, he was planning on kidnapping her. At one point, he had trolls convincing him that they were her family, her agent, stuff like that. It got crazy, dude. His trolls would convince him to do all kinds of just crazy stuff, either for like an audition to become a singer because that was his goal, or like to impress Grace Vanderwall or whatever her name was. I'm pretty sure that's the correct name.
So, to like round it up, he's a lolcow.
Oh,
An extreme example
yes.
of a lolcow.
He would be right on the verge, or would be considered a horror cow, 100%. Let me see if I can find one of his presidential videos. But he had there was all kinds of things that they convinced him to do, like sticking a toothbrush in his brown starfish and then brushing his teeth with it. That's something that happened.
Is fucking Angela correct there, by the way?
Angela?
Angela
Give me one
in the
second.
chat,
Give me one
she
second.
said
I'm catching up. We've got Alyssa. Welcome to Band World, Alyssa. Thank you so much. Your contribution to this body is great, dude. I'm losing my mind right now. I don't know. Okay, because it's like don't
Welcome to
worry
the cult.
about it. Thank you. Appreciate
This
it.
one's cool.
Miss Fox Supplier, member of Band World for 2 months. I love this show. Thank you. That means a lot. And then Lucifina for 3 months, member, a cash cow for 3 months, says, Twiggy, be a doll and give Nightmare a compliment. Sincerely, one of his groupies. Ha 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 ha. Nail Slammer has a small peen. That's how she laughs, by the way.
That is how she
Steak! What's
Steak, you
poppin'?
beautiful
What's
bastard.
smoking? But what did Angela say?
You okay, bro? She said something about Pinterest full of pictures that are
Of
not
underage
legal.
girls, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
but
I didn't know if I
but
could say
he
that,
he
yeah.
alleges that his manager made that.
Fucking A.
Yeah,
That's
so
quite a
just,
claim.
I guess no, he was lying. He was
Wait,
definitely
Steak, how
lying
you doing,
because
brother?
even after that manager was gone, he was caught with another one. I'm like 90% sure. We're getting into the
Steak, you
history
alright, bro?
of the Daniel Larson.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Billy the Fridge.
Shout out to Billy the Fridge.
Hmm.
Awkward.
No, I'm just kidding. But
First, I'm gonna explain why I was late.
You go ahead, bro. Do you need me to leave? I can leave if you guys want to take over from here. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nightmare, for covering.
No, bro,
I
you're
appreciate
alright.
you
I
so
always got
much.
you guys
Thank
back.
you.
You know that, right? You guys have a great show. Steak. I love you.
Taz.
Thank you,
Twiggy,
dude.
love you.
Love you too, man.
Bye, guys.
welcome back. We held the fort down for you, soldier.
So it's been a difficult day. It's been a long fucking day. Been a lot of bullshit going on. LCL was something to behold. Boogie
It
went
was.
the fuck off. Told a baseless accusation. Not so baseless. Boogie had his reasons. He heard a woman getting yelled at by someone who's a piece of fucking human garbage to 90% of the Discord. Unless you give his girlfriend money. If you give his girlfriend money, he'll be real nice to you. You can go hang out in the Nerds VC and have a good fucking time in your echo chamber. But when Zay makes a baseless fucking accusation against me, does Xylee fucking cover that? Yes, she does. It's up there on
she did.
Rewind. She covers it. Does she call it a baseless accusation because there's no fucking proof? No, Xylee covers it. But shout out to Billy the Fridge.
Shout out to Billy the Fridge.
Because when Boogie was in there by himself and they called up the little fucking NDF fucking army to dogpile on some bullshit fucking technicality, to ruin the fucking argument, to ruin being able to fucking talk about it, at least somebody fucking stopped it for a moment and said, hey, can we fucking talk about this like adults? So shout out to Billy the fucking Fridge, man, for being a grown-ass dude.
Shout out to
Because I really appreciate the fuck out of that, Billy, because I wanted to know. I wanted to hear the fucking conversation. I wanted to know what the fuck was going on. I didn't want to hear just a bunch of people fucking yelling. Yelling over each other. So they can go up on LCL and call it all scripted content. I guarantee you that shit wasn't scripted. I bet you Keem didn't see Boogie saying all that. Bet you that wasn't fucking scripted. Him attacking her, if you want to call it an attack, could have come from a place of love. I don't know. He obviously doesn't love Zay, but you don't have to love somebody to want them not to get fucking beaten at home. So a lot of people are talking about mental illness today. Like, oh, I did this because I'm mentally ill. I did that because I'm mentally ill. Fucking, I never, ever wanted to talk about this online. But
You don't have to.
since I've fucking been here, I've gotten this bullshit like, oh, you don't look disabled. I have bipolar schizophrenia. And I don't use it as a fucking excuse for my behavior. Because if I did that, it would be very, very hard for me to have honest connections with other people. It would be really honest for me to be my fucking self if I could just blab off at the fucking mouth and be like, oh, oops, it's my bipolar schizophrenia. I'm not responsible for anything I said. I didn't do that. I said a fucking slur in the VC and I got in trouble for it. I did my punishment. I didn't use any fucking excuses to try to cover that. I said, here's why I did what I did. Here's why I said what I fucking said. I understand that I was in the wrong. I'll take my fucking punishment and I'll come back. Because there's a fucking thing as accountability. So Boogie makes baseless accusation. LCU jumps on him. Zay makes baseless fucking accusation. Nobody gives a fuck. It doesn't even get covered. So I had a fucking breakdown much worse than this before. And what I do is I go and I walk because my fight or flight kicks in and there's obviously nothing here to fight. It's just my wife and my kid, right?
Don't want to go doing that. You'll be no better.
No better than S1K. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah,
No
was
better
it
than
good? I was
S1K.
gonna say another person in the community who you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't seen any proof that S1K hit Zay.
I haven't either.
I've seen no proof that S1K has ever even spoken negatively about Zay. What I can say is S1K has been soft stroking my dick
Not in a
since
good way.
the second day I've been here. In a very not good way, in a non-consensual way. Stop
sir. Oh.
reaching out to me, S1K. I don't fuck with you, dude.
Facts.
Whether you hit her or not, you are. Boogie was right about a few things. You are the biggest piece of shit in the fucking Discord. You are verbally abusive to people in the Discord. You are mean as fuck. You and Zay do block people. You guys are shitty as fuck. And Zay wouldn't even know who the fuck I was if it wasn't for you. You know how much hate you independently by yourself, by just existing as you, just by talking to people in main chat the way you do. You brought Zay more fucking enemies than Zay's past ever could have. And Zay said, oh, well, Steak's one of those guys that just hates sex workers. No, I hate people that talk shit about my wife and kid. So I talked about his girl. It's not my fault his girl happened to be a sex worker. That's his choice. I've never said a negative fucking bad thing about Batgirl, but you threw her the fuck up in it, didn't you? I felt fucking horrible. I got blessed that I was talking in main chat with Batgirl, and we were talking about music, and she sent me a DM, and I could apologize to her in private and say, hey, I am sorry that Zay threw your fucking name into that.
Don't bring Batgirl into it. Come on, Batgirl ain't hurt nobody.
Batgirl's a fucking awesome chick,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying. Her screaming
She's
scared
cool
me
as
though.
fuck.
I'm gonna stay.
She's always been cool as fuck to me. You know why I've never fucking said a bad thing about Batgirl? Batgirl's never said shit about me. Not anything bad.
That's what I'm saying. But literally, like, out of everybody in the Lolcow universe, she seems like she's actually, you know, kind of genuine. Am I wrong? But I mean, I guess, you know,
I'm just so over it, bro. It's every fucking day. Every fucking day. S1K, S1K, S1K. If I say anything about it, I got Zay like, man, this fucking Steak's so mean. And I gotta deal with that fucking bullshit. The NDF. Let's not even talk about how Zay was managing fucking Tech Talk. And her great management idea was to, hey, let's bully Glammy so hard she has a mental breakdown and gets off the internet and almost loses her show.
I mean, I was told by Glammy that it was kind of, you know, me and Nightmare
Let's
telling
not talk
her
about that.
that it was, you know, if she had a problem on every show and it was always the same stuff, then she might be, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm forgetting words. I'm blanking. I don't blank very often, but I'm blanking.
Before it was that angry,
chat, help me
before it
out.
was Yo Mama, it was still me. Before it was me, it was Scott. Before it was Scott, it was somebody else. Before him, it was somebody else. Before him, it was somebody else. It will always be somebody. Because that's what S1K likes to do. And Zay, it's going to bring you enemies forever because he's going to do it forever. Zay, I have no issues with you. I also have mental illness. I understand how fucking horrible that can be because my wife is the one that has to come help me when I'm having a fucking mental health crisis. And if S1K helps you, good for him. Good for you. That's good shit. It's very hard to get a partner that is able to put up with that type of crazy energy. Leave me the fuck alone, Zay. S1K, leave me the fuck alone. I don't care. I'm so fucking over talking about y'all. I don't care about your past. I care about like Dungeons and Dragons and Daniel Larson, LCU. I don't give a fuck about the stupid shit you do. If you need to do it for money, or if you want to do it for money, go for it. I have no issue at all. When I got my play button, I was going to make an OnlyFans. I didn't because my wife said no penis. And I said, why make an OnlyFans if you can't show your dick? So I didn't fucking do it, but I would have done it out of cash grab for funsies.
Feet. Money and feet. I think. I assume. I don't know.
Rover
So
says
Daniel
you need to cry
Larson.
to finish off this pathetic scene. Rover, who are you a fan of that I hurt your feelings? You're gray, so it's obviously not me. But I don't fucking care, Rover. I'm allowed to speak my fucking truth whether you like it or not. I was just attacking Zoe today on live. Rover, you're a fucking idiot. I went on live today to talk about the shit they didn't cover on fucking Rewind. She lied about me the day before, saying that I threw her death threats. The exact thing she's mad at Boogie for, she literally did to me. But because I'm not Boogie, it wasn't news. It didn't get covered. It got fucking swept away.
Restloff's trolling you in the chat, telling you to let it all out, you know, don't hold back. But I agree with him. I agree with the gaslighter who is Rastov. I've got you full screen stake, and I'm not taking you off until you tell me to.
Xylee said, I'm not going to listen to the guy that has liar written on his face. Zay just fucking lied yesterday! She just did the fucking thing!
But she doesn't have the tattoo, so, you know, she couldn't be lying, right?
This was supposed to be just like a simple fucking episode. Happy birthday to Jethro, $5. Jethro, I did get you a cake.
I got Jethro little cupcakes, but I ate them. I was stress eating. So sorry, Jethro. I had something that we could partake in together, but then I ate it. So that sucks.
I'm just over the dumb fucking bullshit. It's so fucking dumb and stupid. It's ridiculous. I'm over it. I don't care that you do sex work. Bro, make your bag. Leave me the fuck out of it. Stop talking about my kid. Stop talking about my wife. Because if I brought my significant other into the Discord, right? And my wife started going the fuck off on Brantley every fucking day, fucking once every 3 fucking hours of the fucking 24/7 news network, do you think that they'd get fucking upset eventually? Do you think
Probably.
that if my wife talks shit about Keem's children, do you think that would upset him? Obviously,
yes.
you dumb bitch. It would make him fucking upset.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about people's kids. You can't talk about people's significant others. Because when you do, you open that fucking door. And when you opened that door with S1K's little bitch ass standing behind it, and I put 2 boots through it, surprise, bitch, I'm here.
Now,
Stop throwing rocks.
Now,
Your house is made of glass.
What if you just like, and this is going to be, you know, what seems like an L take, but with people like S1K, this might work. What if you just pretend he doesn't exist? It doesn't help it for anybody else. That's the problem, right?
I get it. I can. I have him blocked. It doesn't change anything. That's what he does. He comes in with his little cronies. He comes in with his little gang, and he bothers people. It's what he likes to do. He is a cancer on this fucking Discord server. Everybody knows it. If he was anybody else, he would have stayed fucking banned.
Well, while you're gathering your next thought, Alyssa upgraded to Cash Cow, and I hit the wrong button. Ladies and gentlemen, please forgive me for my sins. Thank you. That's what I was trying to do. That's all I was trying to do. So we've got Alyssa with Cash Cow. Boom, boom, boom. We've got Powerage with 666 Australian dollary dues, who says, "Here to support the Aussie lads. Thank you, Powerage. You've been a great motivator in these trying times." The moth that didn't get away for $5 said, "Happy birthday, Jethro," and happy birthday, Jethro. We will bring you on. Don't worry, we're saving that for the end of the stream. We're gonna have a full little celebration then, and then we're gonna carry it on Saturday. And you got my word, friend. And then Jimmy for $5 says, "Here's another 5. Reading works too." Thank you, Jimmy. All right, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You get to lead where we go next. If you want to keep on, we can keep on. If you want to talk about some Danny Boy, we're going to talk about some Danny Boy.
I just want to give a big shout out to Billy the fucking Fridge for at least letting the conversation happen. That was fucking really big of him,
That was.
and I appreciate it.
And I'm not going to make any jokes about you saying big right there either.
Leave Billy the Fridge alone.
I do not discriminate when it comes to jokes.
So, one of our favorite little weirdos got out of prison.
One of our favorite little weirdos got out of prison. Did you think it would come this soon? Because I checked out.
No.
I know there was a few phone calls that leaked, right? And I don't even know if they're safe to play. We got a fake Rastoff in chat that said, "Let me hear a fart, Twiggy. I have a fetish." I'm not gonna ban him. I'm gonna let him stay in. But yeah, I didn't think he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna be freed. I heard that there was a few phone calls that leaked. I listened to them, like a year ago. But I assumed that they were gonna keep him locked up and maybe move him to like a mental health ward, keep him there, pretty much permanently. Like eventually put him into like a group home or something like that, because he can't really. How is he going to make it on his own? He's like 10 grand in debt now that he's out of prison. I just found out today, and he's been out for a week.
I didn't even realize he'd been out that fucking
Dude,
long.
I don't go on TikTok.
I don't use TikTok.
Yeah, I don't go on TikTok anymore, but Daniel Larson is out of prison. And I was trying to fill them in on some of the lore. Like, I've gotten up to the point where, all of the Grace Vanderwall stuff. I just got to the May... which act? I don't remember the date
But it messed
of
up
the
how
toothbrush
Grace Vanderwall
incident.
keeps leading him on.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's not just that. It's the fact that he's been president for like 4 years, 5 years now, and nobody acknowledges it.
I can't imagine how Grace's parents feel.
Dude, they've had to, like, they know about this whole situation. And
Like,
I don't
they've had to
remember
do
the
all
exact
kinds of stuff to
context.
legally keep him away, right?
Yes, there's been all kinds of stuff. But so like I got to the toothbrush incident where he stuck the toothbrush in his booty and then brushed his teeth with it. He stripped
I
on
didn't know
streams
that
a
one.
few times. Yeah, dude, because what people will do is they'll troll him, right? They'll troll him into doing all kinds of weird things as auditions, right? They're these people who have like record labels and stuff, and his goal is to be famous. He's released music. I don't know if you've heard his music, but it's not bad, actually.
Isn't he a rapper?
No. He does more folk music.
Which one's a rapper?
Rolling Thunder. Something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while
shit.
since I've heard it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh shit.
Okay. He's broken into places. He's loitered countless times. He's been arrested a few times for loitering.
He'll like refuse to leave, right? Like he'll fight it. He'll be like, no.
There was an Olive Garden incident that you guys can look up. There's all kinds of just stuff that's happened. He's had the feds show up. I believe the feds showed up at the Olive Garden when he set off the fire alarm. It was something like that. It's been so long since I like checked up on this stuff. But now he's out of prison, and that's interesting because now we can speculate what happens next.
He's on the way.
He
has to go see his lady. He's been locked up.
Well, he said that his bank account is negative $3,000 in debt plus like another $10,000 in debt. He's going to be releasing new music, and I may have reached out to him on TikTok to do a pre-recorded show.
If you could pull Daniel Larson
to Rob Weethoff, the voice actor of John Marston, and I didn't reach out to an agent. I didn't reach out to like somebody who knows him. I reached out to him.
Okay.
We've been mutuals on a platform for a good while now, so hopefully that goes
Mutuals.
somewhere. Hopefully it goes somewhere, but probably not. He'll probably never respond to the...
Have you talked more about Bam?
I don't want to talk too much about Bam because I don't know if that's going to happen, how it's going to happen. I have a friend who's his family's close to Bam because his dad's from Pennsylvania. He says they're in contact, so I'm just going to trust him. He hasn't lied to me before. And I've known about this for a while, but he said that he could probably get him on. So, I'm just gonna go with it and see where it goes. Because the worst that can be said is no.
No, right. That's the worst you could get. But
it would
imagine
be pretty
if you
cool
got
because
him.
he does come out to like that area, not too often, but often enough to where we could.
Is he
do
the
a
reason
live
there's all
show
those
with
beer
him.
bottles outside of that abandoned house across the street?
I'm not going to confirm nor deny because I wouldn't be able to tell you an actual answer to that because I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. I was so into everything you were saying that I'm a little.
I think I'm still having like a fucking panic attack.
It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get past it together.
I'm doing Keem's medicine.
Show Steak your support in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. OG Salt Lake said rawr.
She lied on my name and said I was sending a death threat.
Ooh.
Basically. That's a big fucking deal.
That is a big deal.
It was a big fucking deal. Nobody
Of course
cared.
you showed evidence though, right?
I got fucking scammed and nobody cared.
I mean, you wouldn't say something like that and not show evidence, right?
No, she said it on her show, the allegation. But she didn't show any proof. She didn't show any receipts. She was like, I saw my cat
don't
and
do
my
that.
whole family.
That's a
just the
Twiggy
same
move.
shit she said to Boogie.
That's a
Here's what
Twiggy
upsets me
move,
about
bro.
the Boogie thing is she said, I swear on, or she was talking about her man. She's like, I swear on my cat. I swear on my family. I swear on everything I love. That's the exact same shit she said the day before when she fucking lied about me. So take that as you will. Meat. Love seeing you guys. Appreciate y'all.
But so back to Daniel Larson. I don't even know where to begin because there's so much, and I had a plan, and I was talking about it pretty good, and then I lost it all. So you'll have to forgive me for that.
That's partly my fault. I'm distracted.
No,
I'm distracted because I'm mad.
It's okay. It's okay. Boogie.
Hey, Boogie.
Like, you're not saying that Zay would make an accusation based on not showing the evidence, right? Because, like, obviously she demanded that I show all my evidence today.
That's exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Yes, that's what I'm saying. I said it on fucking LCL, and they didn't fucking cover it because it wasn't important. The thing that she's mad about, she fucking did yesterday.
No, I was too mentally ill to be able to hear you say that, but now that I've had a chance to calm down,
Well, that's how I feel right now, Boogie. I'm sorry. That's how I feel right now. I'm so fucking mad, dude. I just walked. I just walked into the middle of nowhere watching Rewind. Like, how the fuck is this being covered like this?
Because today was fucking heated, man. I was severely, when I talk about this abuse shit, and especially when she told me it was fucking scripted, because I sit there and I really stressed about it. And I'm like, do I say this or do I don't say it? Do I say this? Do I don't say it? I said, fuck it. I got it out of my goddamn system. And I like I said on Rewind, I've been carrying this burden for 3 or 4 months. And I've talked to as many people as I could. I even went in Nerd's voice chat to try to talk to everybody about it there. Talk to S1K about it there. No one seemed to give a shit.
Boogie,
She's
remember?
like, why didn't you talk to more people about it? Let me fucking vent. They told me, why don't you talk to more people about it, Zay asked tonight. Because you told me not to. When I went in there to confront S1K, he said, could you please stop talking to people about this? Okay. And now she's saying, Boogie, where's your receipts? Where's your proof? Where's your receipts? Where's your proof? But death threat? She said you gave someone a death threat?
She said that I hoped she OD'd on fentanyl in the Discord, and I fucking never said that because my little sister has OD'd 4 fucking times, and I take it really fucking serious. So even if I said some fucked up shit, it wouldn't have been that. And then she lied, and she said, on my cat, on my family, on everything I love. And it was a bold-faced fucking lie.
Yeah, which is what she fucking does. She's got a very particular and noticeable pattern when she lies. So do I, by the way. I don't understand how I've ever gotten away with any lie ever, right? But when I'm lying, you can fucking tell. I have a very, very obvious tell, and so does she. And you're right, 100% on that.
Boogie, do you remember when you guys gave me shit for sitting on the wing stuff? But I was like, I just didn't know what to, do about it and all that stuff.
I mean, you did what you could do. You talked to the people that you
farted.
could, and then when it became more relevant, we all understood. We understood more of what you were saying. Like a lot of people. Another thing, Zay tried to throw me under the bus for today. She's like, "Oh, did you try to help Kelly this much, bitch? I tried to help Kelly a hell of a lot more than I tried to help you. I made sure that Kelly was safe. I made sure that she was okay. So did Keem. So did everyone around him. So did a bunch of mutuals. So we've reached out to Kelly many times. We've talked to Kelly many times. I'll still talk to her tomorrow. If she wants to talk to me tomorrow, I will. I don't talk to Zay, and let me tell you why. Because Desi has had a bad feeling about two women in the entire time I've known her. Those two women were Becky and Zay. Now, that bitch didn't miss on Becky. And I don't think she missed on Zay. So when Desi said, I don't trust that girl, I don't think you should be talking to her, I don't. I listen. I have enough sense to know that Desi's got enough women's intuition to where I fucking listen. So no, I wasn't in Zay's DMs asking her every day, are you okay? You know what? If you ask a victim if they're okay, they lie.
No.
I figured I'd take it right to the accuser. That's where I thought, I'm accusing a guy of something. I'll take it to the accuser. Who knew? Is that a crazy idea? I don't know. Maybe that seems like a good person to take it to.
Well,
And
up
now
until I
she's
was
fucking
18,
lying
when
on
I
steak.
had
Now she's
fucking
lying on fucking steak.
Boogie, up until I was 18, when I had bruises, and they got seen when I was at school, when I didn't have like clean long sleeve shirts and pants. I never said, "Yeah, this is happening at home." I said, "Yeah, I play sports."
Yep. That's
That's what I
exactly what I said. Mom one time
And
stomped
I've never
on my
talked about this
testicles.
publicly either. This is the first time.
Thank you for sharing that. My mom
Thanks a
stomped on
lot,
my
Zay.
My mom stomped on my testicles so bad once that I had to go see a doctor. She made me tell the doctor that I fell on my bike and that I hit my crotch on the bike. Another time, I threw myself out of a moving car to keep her from clawing my eyes out. It was so close to the school that the principal saw it happen. So I had to lie to everyone and say that I was having a mental breakdown. I was having a mental episode. It wasn't the fact that she scratched up my face. And, the scratches on my face, they conveniently happened when I hit the fucking road, right? You learn to lie. You learn to fucking lie to protect your abuser, because if you don't, sometimes the abuse can get worse. So I get and I understand and respect all of that. But motherfucker, what I did today came out of a good fucking place. And Steak, I think you can understand that.
I very much do, because I come from a bad fucking place too. And if I saw something, I would say something. I'm like, oh, the guy who's mean to everybody, screaming at his girl while she's crying. Yeah, I'd be concerned.
Now, like one of the hardest,
fucking person.
One of the hard decisions about something like this, though, is like, do you come out with it publicly or do you keep it private and hope that things are settled there, or is it better that more people know about it if this is what's going on? And as I said, I don't think this is what's going on because I haven't seen any evidence, and I spent a lot of time talking to both of them. But I mean, you still have your right to your opinion. So
I made a rash decision today, and I understand it might have been rash, but
I understand more than anybody, Boogie. Trust me.
Like, originally, I talked to Glammy a little bit about it. I talked to the other nerds about it. I talked to Zay a little bit about it, right? And everybody assures me there's nothing that much to worry about. So, okay, I'll turn a blind eye to it for now. And then I start noticing the behavior pattern of S1K on this Discord server. And since I've seen him be that way with his girl, and now I've seen him do it with everybody else, it kind of seems like a pattern, right? So now I'm going to pay a little more close attention to it, right? And originally I talked to people about it, but now I'm burying it. I'm not trying to, she must be fine, right? And then little things happen, the way she talks about it, the way she defends him. So one morning, after me and Desi talk about it the night before, I wake up, I see S1K without Zay, I should say, by himself, meaning he was in there without Zay. And I'm like, now's a good time to talk to him. So I went in there and I just straight up said, hey, man, are you good to your girl? Because I got a bad feeling you're not. And all hell broke loose. And eventually, when I realized it wasn't a constructive conversation, I hopped into another channel, and all hell broke loose. But the way they responded very much seemed like every situation I found myself in, every situation I found other loved ones in who were in abusive situations, every person I ever talked to in group therapy for abuse survivors, all the Reddit fucking forums that I've been on, all the YouTube videos that I've watched, and all the therapy I've done, it painted a very specific picture for me. Now, I understand projection is a thing. I understand I could be wrong, and God, I pray to I'm wrong. I've prayed several times to God about it, and I prayed to God on live stream tonight. That wasn't performative. I do mean it. I do mean it. I hope God protects that girl. But God damn it, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. You know, you talk to, I've mentioned it to other people in the LCU. I've said, I don't know what we're supposed to do. I worry about it. Well, we're not in the room, so we don't know. What can we do, right? We just got to keep an eye out. Well, then that means I'm keeping an eye out, man. And when I felt like I was seeing other people talk about what a piece of shit S1K was, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's now or never. Pull the trigger. So I pulled it.
When I got something in my heart that I really, really feel, it's very, very, very difficult for me to not speak on it. When I feel it in my heart and I believe it, I'm gonna have to speak on it, or I'm not gonna be able to sleep. So I get it.
It bothers me, but a lot of shit bothers me, and
That's fair.
in the whole world. And I don't sleep as it is. I don't sleep too good as it is. Like I said, I sleep by phase. Like I'm up at 5 a.m. every morning, and I have to fight to go back to sleep. And there's very little things I can do about the things that bother me. Regret, the past, bad decisions I've made, worry about the future. I can't do a lot of those about those things, but today I saw an opportunity to do something and I took it.
Well, I guess all we can do is really see
Yeah.
where it goes from here.
Yeah. I don't know if you did it right, but I understand why you did it.
Yeah.
And I think it came from a place in your heart, and I don't give a fuck what everybody else to say about it. It's going to be real easy for everybody to shit on Boogie right now, because that's what people like to do. I don't care. Yep.
Let them. But,
And
I
don't, as I said, I don't think it happened. I haven't seen any proof of anything, but coming from, the fact that I have been in a similar situation and I know the criticism that comes with calling out something when you actually have video proof of it, and then not knowing if you want to come forward with any more stuff you don't have proof of. I relate. So I'm on your side 50%, I guess, Boogie.
I mean,
fence-sitting
at the end of the
like in
day,
old days.
I'm the guy with the liar tattoo. I don't blame anybody for not believing me. And that's fine. And if that's their convenient excuse to continue to hide whatever the fuck's going on there, let them use it. That's okay. I get it. What I can say is that I did my best by that woman. Whether she leaves that man, whether they get happily married one day, or whether or not he fucking puts her under the ground, it ain't up to me no more. I saw something. I said something. My conscience is as clear as it's going to get. I'll still carry guilt if something bad happens. I know I will, as I should, because there might have been more I done, and I might have been able to do it different, but I took my fucking shot when I saw the shot.
The way I see it is, if you're wrong, thank fucking God. If you're right, well then at least it's fucking getting covered, and maybe we can fucking talk about it. I don't think you're right, and I'm hoping that you're fucking wrong, and we can just go back to normal. But the big issue that got fucking skipped once again is the thing that she was so fucking mad about. She willingly does.
Do you
So
want to know?
It's hard for me to move forward
All right,
saying
guys,
like, oh, Zay
we're
wasn't
almost
lying.
to the point where we got to send it
Things
to
are
test,
not
but we got
back to
another
normal.
minute.
Wait, what?
We got to send it to test, but we got one more minute.
Okay, one more minute. Let me say this before you send it to test. Things are not back to normal. Someone's being real fucking quiet on the Discord server, and this dog normally don't stop barking. But maybe that's the topic for another conversation.
What an interesting night. And yes, it has been one of those nights where, things haven't been as bumping. We haven't taken all your money, but on nights where there is an important topic at hand, that's just how it is, and we're okay with that. When the show is something you can be invested in, that's also good. And we appreciate everybody's support just being here. Steak, any final words before we head out?
Sorry for being late. I appreciate every single one of y'all. I literally just want fucking peace in the Discord. The day they leave me the fuck alone, I won't even fucking talk about them anymore because I already don't. Thank you
All
for
right.
coming.
Yep, everybody, thank you so much. Jethro, I wish we would have been able to bring you up. You didn't hop in waiting, so I was looking for you. But everybody have a great night, and happy birthday, Jethro. Go enjoy test, ladies and